Ah, he's out.
Hey, but here you're like, no, still going.
You're here. You're there. Hello. You
Oh,
can
we're
see us.
live.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we're here.
I'm here.
Alive.
Hi. Going in close, you know. But,
Like, you're starting your rap career again. You're getting
yeah.
back on and yeah.
Go Rex in my AFC.
Yeah, you're a big Rex fan. Did you see they announced they're doubling, I think, the salaries or their salary budget for this season?
Well, they're getting that extra $1 million for getting promoted, so
it's crazy. Like it shows the value in investing
winning
or winning. Yeah.
All I do is win. But no, so Wrexham's a football/soccer team, and yeah, they had
owned by Ryan Reynolds
and Rob. Mick can't say his last name. He's from Always Sunny Philadelphia, and they have a great documentary called "We Are Wrexham" on FX. And yeah, I've always enjoyed soccer. I played growing up, but I've always never had a team to follow. So this was the perfect opportunity for myself to, support a team from the ground level, because you have to when they've fallen 5 years behind. They have to take 5 years to get where the major teams are. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let's start at the bottom.
Yeah,
and follow a team.
It is pretty cool watching them go through the process. Not easy being in or trying to get to the Premier League in the UK.
Yeah, they have to win 3 or 4 seasons, years, so they could get to that main level. So. But anyways,
you didn't come here to talk about sports, or maybe you did.
We're gonna start doing sports here. We're gonna be doing next. We're gonna talk about sports cards.
Yeah, we'll talk about rugby because that's what I played.
And we'll do. We'll open up some rugby cards. We might pull the Prism refractor 1 of 1.
Yeah,
just to make sure you all know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, hello, Rewind Wednesday. Welcome. This is our.
Cheers.
If you're new here, this is what we do every Wednesday. We discuss goings on here at Rewind. We talk about some fun facts of this week, some of our favorite submissions that have happened this week. We have some good show and tell moments today. We have cassettes. We have TV guides. We have tapes. We have a lot to go through this week, and always our fun facts. Dan has some music fun facts for this week, and we've got loads of updates.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun because we get to. I'm more music-centric. Cal's a little bit more movie-centric. So we're going to have more balancing act going forward. So it's going to be fun. So what should we... let's recap last week. Yeah. Because we did quite a few big things on Rewind Wednesday last week. 35 for 30 became permanent.
Yeah. And the submissions have been fantastic. We would recommend, don't wait. You wait any more weeks. We're opening up CDs, cassettes, and everything.
You want to be on the front of the line.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about submitting tapes, it's no better time than now. And it's been great so far, and I really appreciate everyone sending.
We've had some cool stuff, and we'll get to that.
We're going to show some tapes today that were submitted. That's something we're going to do a little bit more. Show what's coming in here. And talk about why it's cool, why we thought it was cool. Sometimes it's just high grade, sometimes it's just something funny.
The Jaws is graded. You will get your Jaws. I think you will get your Jaws by the end of
it. It was graded this week. I think I sent you a picture of that graded, us going through it, and it's a very nice. If you want to announce publicly, you could ask in there, but we could wait till you get that dopamine hit right when it shows up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was cool. Box. That was a CIB.
The CIB Jaws, and and it was a great example.
Yeah, really
so,
nice.
Thanks for sending that in. So also last week we announced first appearance full list, compliments of LE Collectibles that we dropped on our website. The full list of first appearance are there. I want to thank VHS Showtime for correcting us on one of them, and that's what these documents are. They're fluid.
That's it.
We're not going to act like we're, gatekeepers to this information. We're just here to work with you to get it right.
Yeah. Yeah. And if we get it right 99% of the time, and then that little 1% is what we need help on, that's fantastic. We're all learning, we're all progressing to have the best information possible that we can have on our site and on our labels and all that. And that is going to be a segment as well today, talking about movies. We have updated one of our articles, and I'll go into that in a bit.
But yeah, so was there anything else from last week? Last week we had a bunch of stuff dropping and happening.
Yeah, there was 3. I can't remember what the third one was. We did.
We had the running over with the
That
truck.
might have been it, yeah.
That was the week before. I don't know.
All these weeks when we're so busy here, every day is just
Wednesday happens on Wednesday, right? Like it just, like
Yeah.
Wednesday when we get to this point, it's like, okay, let's jump to it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, no. So we're still getting very close to music. That's also happening. Because that's a few weeks away, and we will be doing the release soon. So we will be doing double. Announcement we can do. We didn't even think about double cassettes. We'll be doing. We got a special encapsulation that we made just for the bigger size movies, so it will fit doubles that no one I felt has done it with injection molding yet. It was originally supposed to be for trilogies as well, but there was a mistake on the manufacturing side, so it's doubles only, but it's going to look amazing. So really we're going to try some new styles with that to make it really try to pop.
Yeah,
and
we're going to have fun with that size.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, because that size is going to be a cylinder pretty much, and it's a big piece, but we want to protect your collectible.
It's going to look good.
So
it's going to look dope. Really.
Oh yeah, it's going to be really cool. Like honestly, that's going to be really amazing. So let's go into movie segment 1's movie.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about movies always. So this week, I want to go over some things that we've seen with tapes coming in, and what we would recommend going into the future for people. Obviously, every week we talk about clean your tapes. Like we like nice clean tapes, and if you don't feel comfortable cleaning your tapes, let us clean your tapes. Like it really puts a tape on the edge of a grade of either going up or down based on the condition of that tape. So here I've just got an example of a tape that, like, this is how not
Can you
to
point
clean.
on there to that exact location?
I don't know if I can.
It's right there. Yeah,
It's right.
I don't know if you guys
center.
are seeing it,
It's
but
so
right in the
hard.
center, you see a little ring around this vent hole. Now, what happened is someone tried cleaning it, got the liquid under the plastic, and now there's no way to remove that. That affects your grade.
Yeah.
Because that's not on a naturally occurring tape, how it should be. Now, it's not something that will drastically kill it, but if you're paying to get it preserved, that's something to watch out, because if you don't watch for vent holes when you're cleaning, and that's the thing, we're not saying, hey, you have to send to us, just if you clean it yourself, you have to pay attention to vent holes, or you're going to have damage under the seal. Yeah. Because it can affect the cardboard underneath.
And we have seen it on a few tapes, on different orders that have come in this week. And it's just something that we've become aware of.
We see it, I would say it's very common, and it's something that's unfortunate that people, while trying to make it look nicer, damage the tape. Yeah,
and we're obviously happy to clean tapes when the service is there. And we don't cause this. It's so important that if you do decide to clean your own tape, just be aware of where the vent holes are. If you're removing a sticker, be aware that there could be vent holes under that sticker.
That's really important, because even ourselves, sometimes we'll opt to not remove a sticker if it's covering a vent hole, because it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
It can be done. It's not that it can't be done, but there's a certain risk reward. And, also, we also want to talk about when people remove non-paper stickers. Like, you move a 5-star collection sticker. We dealt with some of that this week.
Yeah.
That's going to leave a lot more, sometimes it's not worth removing. Yeah. You should probably just leave it.
Especially those 5-star collection ones. They add provenance and dates to these tapes. There's other things that date those tapes.
And you're always going to see where it was, too. Like, it's not like you remove it and we didn't know it's 5-star. It's like there's always that ring there that you can't remove because it's stuck there for years.
Yeah. Yeah. So just, if you're doing it, be careful. If you don't want to do it, we offer that service. And yeah, on the sticker front as well, we will not remove, or I'm not going to say we would never, because there might be some distributor stickers that you want removed, and honestly we would advise completely against it. Like the 5-star collection sticker, would not be comfortable removing that from any tape, just because of the significance that sticker has.
It's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's literally how they left the factory, and it wasn't added after, so
yeah. Similar to having a hype sticker on a tape, you wouldn't remove a hype sticker from a tape.
Shouldn't.
Or,
Well,
or a
they
cassette,
won't.
sorry.
People do crazy things.
Yeah,
I mean,
people do.
People just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So things like that, we would want to remain there. The Pizza Hut stickers on the turtles,
yeah.
you know, those kind of things. Are
McDonald's.
Those things will
Making me hungry.
stay.
Taco Bell. Hey, you know, Mickey D's kids love it. So yeah, no, and so the lesson is, if you're gonna clean, be careful. If you want have professionals do it, send it in.
Yeah.
And you know, regardless, just think about those vent holes. You know, that's important.
Yeah, avoid them. So yeah, that's cleaning stickers. Yeah. We love it. We love removing stickers as well. If you do, you know, the big retail ones, you see them a lot actually in the CBS Fox ones. These huge, massive, like Kmart stickers.
Yeah.
Awful. They look terrible. Yeah. But on to the next part.
Yeah, those are paper, so it's, you know, they can be removed. So yeah, movies part 2.
Movies part 2. So we got 3 parts this week. This is our second part. Just going to talk briefly about an update we've made to an article on our website, and it's the magnetic article, which I never knew that coming into this that I would become so obsessed with the dawn of VHS. But
he is obsessed.
We went and we purchased a TV guide from 1977, because this was when what was his name?
Make sure to show the camera correctly. Yeah, sorry.
Let's just show it to myself. Yeah. So this is a 2-page ad in the TV guide in 1977 for the Video Club of America, which you could sign up for $10. And that gave you the ability to purchase a tape for $39.95, including the 20th Century Fox movies that Magnetic purchased back in it was kind of early 70s, and then released them in 1977. And that includes, you know, the whole Dolly one, and they have 10 tapes up here, or 12 tapes that they're showing in pictures. So I think it's just the most popular ones at that time. But anyway, that shows that we are constantly wanting to keep our knowledge base up to date.
Well, that and also that we're not here to guess. We look for the proof. We don't try to say anything without, you know, presenting it. Yeah. And we don't really care what we're just here stewards to try to make sure that facts get out there. Yeah, you know,
100%.
And like that's just there's other articles and such that we saw before, but we purchased that just to be able to have it in hand to show it. Yeah. A lot of times we'll look at old newspaper. I mean, I forgot how many countless hours when we went through, you know, figuring out some of these early tapes. Yeah. I remember even myself going through it and be like, oh, you know what? It starts with a 7. These are all the reissued horror movies, you know. I think I was looking at MCA, that's what it was. And the numbers, how they specifically meant something with what they opened it for. I was working on an MCA article, obviously not done with it yet, but you know, it's kind of cool to see that, you know, these numbers matter, and you know, they're not just random. Yeah. So
and the cool thing about the newspapers is they included a lot of the time pictures of what these boxes or tapes looked like on the inside. And we can use that to help guide our knowledge. Like we're using everything available to us.
Yeah, and never hesitate to like reach out and go, hey, you're wrong. And it makes us at least have to like check our facts. Like we want that. That's a very positive thing to reinforce, you know, that, hey, are we right? It makes us have to look again. And we will reply with the facts that we have. Now, again, don't hesitate. And
And on to my third part.
Yeah,
it's a trilogy. We all love trilogies in movies. And this is the most unique tape I think we've got in.
Ooh, show and tell time.
Yes. So
this is the tape that someone submitted. And I like the title.
It's a mouthful. It's The Making of a Nightmare, The Making of a Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Master 4.
I think you said it. I think it's you know, A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. Yeah, I think that sounds better. Yeah, I'm gonna.
So this one shows it. This is again from this is still the late 80s, and it's just an interesting tape. Like even
it wasn't mass produced to like some crazy amount. You could just tell by the production that, you know, but it's cool. Like it just has that nostalgic 80s feel to it.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
Really cool. I won't give the grade out on here, just in case the person whose tape it is wants to wait to get their grade. But it is a beautiful box, and it's super unique. Like it's a very unique item to add to probably a large collection of Nightmare merch or Nightmare tapes. Like, this would be a really good addition to.
Well, I
to
love
that.
stuff like this because, like, someone that collects Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah, you have your, 1 through, I don't know how many movies there are, but these in between, and that's something where, the hardcore fans have something to collect, and
Yeah.
a lot of times they're not even that expensive, on the pocketbook, on the pocket, or
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
the,
they're affordable.
I'm having a hard time with words today.
Words
They're
are hard.
difficult.
Words are always hard.
But yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, and congratulations to the owner of that. And
Yeah. So that will be a segment getting added in every week now.
Yeah.
And if you've submitted a tape that you really like or you think has a cool story to it, let me know. Email us, contact us on Instagram, and just hit us up and say, hey, I've got this tape that I've sent in. I really like it, or it's really unique.
Yeah.
And just tell us, just let us know.
Definitely reach out to Cal when it comes to, like, hey, can you guys get on there? Because by the time people do mention once in a while, like, in passing, like, hey, it'd be cool to see my tape on there. I'm going to forget.
It's like a game of telephone.
Yeah. So, like, I have to remember, then Cal has to pull it out and make sure it's there. So it's best just to cut the communication, just go straight to Callum for that.
Yep. Hit me up or us on Instagram, email, office at Rewind Grading, or contact us through the support page on our website, which is rewindgrading.com.
Yeah. So on the music, I believe.
Yeah, that is all my fun facts.
So, yeah, music kind of, a little bit soft today because I want to keep it kind of fun. I just brought some cassettes in myself. And honestly, these aren't even sealed. These are one of my favorite bands growing up was Rancid. And many people don't know, but before Rancid, the lead singer, Tim Armstrong, was in a band called Operation Ivy. So I brought in today, 2 cassettes. Let's see. This camera stuff gets me. So this just shows 2 different variants, and that's kind of the fun thing. Is the white one's the later issue, and the black one is the early issue. And I don't own either of these sealed. If anyone finds the black one, I'll put a bounty of $1,000 on it just for fun. Just because if I could find one, it would be
Like, is this legit?
No, they're legit.
Wow.
If someone could find this black one authentically sealed of Operation Ivy Energy, it'd be an earlier print. I would. I hate like showing the tapes I'm going after because I feel like other people are gonna buy them and then be like, well, I bet I could get $1,500 out of Dan. But no, it's just 1,000. But so no, it's kind of cool because this is like early '80s and like this is very not a huge record label release or anything. So this is not the clear tape that you're used to in the '90s. So. And you'll see a little bit, this is a later print, and you'll see that it's clear back. And a lot of times you can tell, not always, of course, but the clear back compared to the back that's not clear, that actually a lot of times, like if you're looking at Beastie Boys' License to Ill and such, the clear ones is actually usually later. Mm-hmm. So you'll see that, and usually inside are more of a solid color tape rather than a clear.
Wow.
So
I haven't seen that tape yet.
Yeah, I literally, it's really cool. There you go. You can take it. It's mine. It's not a client, so we can break it.
Just start destroying it.
So this band was really cool, actually. A quick thing about them is, Tim Armstrong, who later found Rancid, they released one album. They broke up, I think it was like a week later. They did, they were around very shortly. I think it was 1989, and they broke up, and he formed Rancid, and Rancid is Rancid. And fun fact about Rancid, I think I've said it before, the lead singer of Green Day was in the band for one song, one show, and wrote the song. I'll have to look that up. I don't think it's not popping in my head right now, but he wrote one song with them and decided to pursue his solo career. I'm not solo, but his own band, Green Day.
Yeah.
Because they're all out in Gilmore Street. So
a few people are asking if we are going to grade open cassettes.
We will. Not off the bat. We're going to have it. We talked about that earlier today, is we want to make sure that the hard thing is we want to make sure that we can identify when cases have been switched out, the outside cases.
Yeah.
And that gets a little bit tricky because it's one thing to know, hey, this is what Columbia did between 1990 and 1997, but when you get to some of the smaller labels, it's going to take a lot of research to make sure we get it right. So we want to give us some time to feel comfortable that when we do open cassettes and CDs, that we're doing it correctly. Now, vinyl is a little bit different. Vinyl, we are planning to do open out the gate. So the reason why is because they have run out numbers and you can't switch out the case. So yeah.
The song was Radio that he wrote.
Radio. And I've seen that performed by Davey Havoc with them once. That was a really good live performance. Sorry, Davey Havoc's of AFI. Sorry.
Everyone's just.
They're all from NorCal. They're all from San Francisco, Gilmore Street. So like, there's a kind of a scene happening in the early '90s there.
Right. Okay.
So I was a student of. I was such growing up. That was my thing. Was that music? So yeah. And now we're here. So that's passion has to lead you somewhere. So that's where music's always been in my wheelhouse. I'm just glad that we're finally able to do some justice, put our passion to where we care about. And what else? I brought
somebody else was mentioning, why not just grade the tape and the J card?
Yeah.
So the problem, we want to be able to authenticate the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not just the tape and the J card.
They're not wrong. Like, it's not wrong that maybe that's what has to be done eventually. Yeah. We just really want to spend the time to make sure that if there's a way, we'd like to try to authenticate all of it.
Yeah.
But it might come down to that. You're completely right. And that's where we try to be open-minded of what's the best way. If we can't do it responsibly, we shouldn't do it. And that's why CDs, we're not doing non-title strips. And we're leaving part of the market wide open for other companies to probably pretend that they can do it. So I'm going to say it now because no one's doing CDs as far as I know. So there's going to be companies that follow us. There's no question in my mind that you're going to get some of these big companies that, we're going to do music. And I just think it'll be irresponsible. And you should ask those questions when these companies come around. How do you tell? And then if they just give you some magic wand answer, like, we know, like, get the fuck out of here. So I get to use one swear word today. So, it's important to, like, I'm very passionate that we do this right. It's always important that number one thing is doing it responsibly. And my number one concern with music, with our competitors, is that they're going to be doing it right. Because even if one fan gets screwed over, we see this in other verticals. Yeah. That there's a lot of fake stuff out there, and we're just like, how is that getting by? And that's my biggest concern with music, because I want it to grow organically and kind of just have its natural fun of like, hey, a community doing it together. Yeah. I do get worried that people are like, hey, we can do CDs and even cassettes. I'm worried about some of these companies because we have a silver bullet or two, but I do worry about, I hope they do. Like, I hope they do. I hope they're great companies that do great things, and that would be the best case scenario. I really do mean that. Yeah. So I brought two other cassettes for fun. One great, I love this album. Bob Marley, Legend. Now, if you see the movie, I Am Legend. Yeah. He talks about the Bob Marley the whole time.
It's not full.
Can't comment on the comments, right? There you go. That album, honestly, if you've never listened to Bob Marley, that is the album. Beautiful album.
Sorry, I saw that comment.
Yeah, I saw the comment too. I was like,
I want to ignore it, but
it's too good. But also, I thought it'd be funny to bring a Harry Styles cassette. So, part of the thing with our research, we buy all kinds of stuff for our library. So this is a Harry Styles cassette, an open one. And yeah, we just thought it'd be funny to show that off because I thought
it's so shiny. Everybody's just seeing themselves in the reflection.
I know there's, there's probably so many Harry Styles fans listening.
Oh, millions.
Yeah, I mean, Swiftie fans.
Oh yeah, T-Swizzle fans out there.
But it's kind of cool to look at how they produced cassettes now and back then. Let's do the clear one because now they go back to the solid color. They don't do the clear as much. But
this way.
Yeah, just kind of like the production that they kind of went back to the screws, and it's really cool to see.
They moved away from the press fit because they started.
Yeah, so it's fun. We're very fortunate to be able to spend time with these things that we enjoy.
Yeah.
So, music. Yeah, music. I'm expecting cassettes within 4 weeks. So that's why you see us talk more and more about it. That's kind of our timeline that we're shooting for about 4 weeks till we open to the public. So the only reason we haven't unveiled our case, we want to make sure everything is smoothly in place to make sure that you don't get to call me a liar. So
yeah, we don't want to make too many promises too quick. And then it's like, oh, you said you were gonna launch this week. If you
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, definitely not going to lunch this week. But no, okay, so music, yeah, it's very simple. And, you know, again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. I'm very excited about music, and we'll be starting with cassettes first, and then CDs, and then vinyl.
Yeah.
So with that being said, yeah, any questions, feel free to ask. You'll get better answers here than we will post online, because we won't put anything out there yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, interesting facts.
Let's go into some fun facts.
What
What you got for us this week?
Oh,
Before we move into interesting facts, people are asking about price. Not yet. Not yet. We're not gonna do it yet.
almost.
Almost.
Oh, pricing's awesome. Let me just say,
Someone's asking for a crude picture and a napkin. No.
oh, I'd draw it.
No.
You see stick figures.
You gotta wait.
It'd be me happy with the cassette. Like,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah, maybe next week.
I'm really hoping. I'm dead serious. There's a very real possibility that we might be able to show it next week. And I know we say that almost every week, but we're waiting for the last
It's not.
sample.
It's that little. It's that 1% difference.
It literally is these like tiny things we have to see, and we have to green light.
Yeah.
Our big order, and that's what's gonna hopefully happen between now and next Wednesday.
I can tell you that you won't be disappointed with the pricing of music.
Yes, one thing for sure is I want to make sure that we can all enjoy this hobby and enjoy it long term, and allow people to grade stuff without feeling like they're having to invest in grading.
Yeah, you don't. You might buy your $20 tape that you love. You just want it encapsulated. You shouldn't have to spend $200.
No,
You know.
you shouldn't have to spend $100.
Yeah, it should be affordable so that you can justify your.
It shouldn't be
affordable tape.
$75.
Yeah. Well, okay. Oh,
Shouldn't
okay.
be-
Okay. Okay.
Okay, y'all keep going.
Yeah.
You want to go lower than it?
Yeah, how low can we go? Higher or lower? Higher or lower?
Yeah, we'll play. Yeah, good
Price
thing-
is right, you know.
What's in his coffee? No,
Yeah. We could do it Price is Right style.
Price is Right.
Yeah.
I just think one time I think it'd be fun if I just get really hammered and
We spoke
You know,
about this. It would be like
drunk grading is what I call it.
like rewind, a midnight at rewind. I don't know.
Oh no, that'd be bad. No.
Anyway.
Okay, fun fact.
You got to
Okay.
wait in pricing. That's the gist.
So, first fun fact is 1964, Rolling Stones were on their first tour across the United States. In San Antonio, they were touring with the Monkees, I believe, opening for them. The Rolling Stones were booed off stage.
Oh, not the
No,
not the
not
actual monkeys.
No, like
They're like actual monkeys.
Oh, they have actual...
Yeah.
Actual.
This is a
performing
kid.
It's
monkeys.
performing monkeys.
Oh,
Yeah.
The best.
Okay.
It's even worse.
I thought it was the Monkees.
No.
So no, okay, so scratch that. I messed that up. It was not the band, the Monkees. They didn't have the Monkees opening for them.
Nope.
So the Rolling Stones wanted them to perform.
Yep.
Got booed, and they had performing monkeys, like
Yep.
actual monkeys going there on the stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to
Must
see
be.
that. Like
Somebody must have some.
someone has to have
7-year
something,
footage.
or like even a written. You know, they're like, we were sitting there, we booed off the Rolling Stones, and then they brought out these monkeys. And they were amazing. You know, they were so much better.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger was probably pissed.
Oh god! Can you imagine the Rolling Stones getting booed off the stage?
Do you imagine Kendrick Lamar getting booed off the stage?
Yes,
Yeah, like I was gonna say.
I was there.
Yeah, no, I've probably seen the Stones like 2 or 3 times, and honestly, I never grew up like, oh, I'm a big Rolling Stones fan, but Mick Jagger might be the greatest performer I've ever seen in my life. I've seen 100 plus,
Yeah,
150 plus, I don't know how many shows. I saw 100 shows by the time I was 18.
yeah.
But all those pop punk bands, they all actually sucked at performing. So when you go to see like real like Mick Jagger, he performs 2+ hours running around the stage. It's just crazy for being 70 plus years old.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Uh,
Someone's Grade VHS Hendrix was the one booed off stage opening for the Monkees.
oh, so that was real, but they weren't performing monkeys.
There's a theme here. Whenever there's the Monkees,
So was there performing monkeys that he was opening for? He got booed off.
yeah,
No, so I wanted to see who had these performing monkeys there. They're just like they had
Right.
these monkeys sitting around. They're like, hey,
it's the '60s. You know, anything was allowed then.
I guess. I mean, I want to, like, what tricks were these monkeys doing? Like,
I can see a little research project for 30 minutes.
I think we might have to have an answer to that next week. Is who
Or some
owned
footage.
who owned these monkeys?
Yeah.
What these monkeys did?
Yep.
And can we find footage of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And where can I buy one of these monkeys?
Or pictures of it.
Rewind. We gotta buy a performing monkey.
Is that what we are right now? Or we're not
I don't have a suit, but
performing
almost.
monkeys right now.
Yeah, no, but so another interesting fact. This one actually, Led Zeppelin was first of their 6 sold out nights at Madison Square Garden in New York, and they're playing 3-hour sets. Tickets cost $8.50 to $10.50. That was the interesting part of it. It was that tickets in 1977 were $8.50 to $10.50.
You imagine going and seeing an A-list artist nowadays for under $100?
When I saw AFI in Ventura Theater back around the year 2000, I think it was like 12 or $14. I've said it before, and I have the tickets still, sorry. Like prices even, later, like back then, $8 to $10, that was a lot of money for then. So we look at it like, wow, but that was a lot of money for 77.
Yeah, yes, that's probably about $50.
Yeah, now it's like, you could spend $2,000 on it.
I went to the Ventura County Fair one year, and yeah, they have amazing bands usually. This year, not so good. Would not recommend. I saw Fluffy perform one year. The comedian.
Oh, Gabriel
Iglesias.
Oh, yeah.
He performed free, so you pay your entry into the fair, and he's just performing for free. And oh god, I can't remember the name of the band now. Oh,
Led Zeppelin.
No,
Beatles.
No, it was like a
Ringo Starr.
In Ventura County Fair.
Yeah. I mean, it could be Ringo.
When I was there.
Yeah. Could be Ringo in the All-Star Experience
Yeah.
band.
Oh god, it'll come back to me. But seeing bands even seeing artists like that for free at these fairs is incredible nowadays. Like, you would never expect to have that sort of experience now when people are charging $2,000.
I love that place, the Ventura. That's where I'd always go for Warped Tour, and that's where I feel
R.I.P.
like,
Warped Tour.
yeah. So it has the beach right next to it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's outside of LA, so the LA has its own dates usually. So
Yeah.
it's about an hour from where our office is now. So
Yeah.
if they do Warped Tour again, Kevin Lyman, the owner, if you're listening, we will see you there.
Yeah. Be first in line.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
So another fun fact, most of this just music, but fun music. Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
They threw a party. They rented a boat.
Mm-hmm.
And on board that boat, they blasted their new single "God Save the Queen,"
Mm-hmm.
and they went by Parliament and blasted their music. This is 1977. So
Yeah.
when they got back to shore, they were arrested.
Yeah. So that song was banned on British radio. It was they deemed it offensive, and it was not allowed to be played on any broadcasting service in the UK. And the song still made it in the top 10. That's how popular the Sex Pistols were back then.
They're still popular.
And still popular.
Because
Yes.
in 2019, Youngblood also did the same thing on the River Thames.
I was actually gonna do it, but because you just did it, I think that's
Tracy is a big Youngblood fan, and Youngblood did something very similar recently. And
he rode on a boat in front of Parliament.
Yeah.
And he put the song title on Parliament, like on the building.
Yeah. They posted it as a projection on a Parliament.
Was
So-
he arrested?
I don't think so.
No.
No. But it was
Shots.
music culture in the UK is like the Sex Pistols were kind of the start of this revolution.
The British,
The way that music could be used to get out a message.
yeah.
And very anti-establishment in the UK, but Sex Pistols are great.
I mean,
I'm listening to them.
music, I'm not always like. It's fine. I like the Sex Pistols for what they represented.
Yeah.
But their music, I've never been huge on.
Yeah.
I mean, I love.
It's like punk rock.
Well, it's punk. I love punk from that time. It just wasn't very. It was very. It was definitely punk, like as more of the attitude and thing rather than music.
100%.
Even Sid Vicious. I mean.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a unique character.
Yeah, I mean, we could do something on him sometime and all
Yeah.
his troubles when he
Yeah.
went solo and all that fun stuff. But
Yeah.
but congratulations to Young Blood.
Yeah. Who brought out a new song today? If anybody is interested, they can
Called Low Life.
Hold the Life. Partner. Tracy says.
Yeah,
I wasn't even gonna mention that, but
But you're welcome. I knew you weren't going to
Thank
mention
you.
it. I knew it, and I was like, you know what? I can say it. I can put it in there. We're all about
And
old
hairstyles.
music, new music, whatever kind.
Well, that's gonna be the fun thing about music is you can collect whatever you choose. Like music's such, really the core of music is what 60 something years. Elvis starting in 54 to now, so we're getting almost to 70 years of music, and you could go further back to Robert Johnson and some others. So it's gonna be really cool to see what people collect. Like a lot of people with cassettes, hip hop's always been very popular.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. It's kind of what the probably the some of the best hip hop music came out during that time. You know, so it'll be really interesting to see what people go after, and that's why I thought it'd be cool to show like Operation Ivy, because most people don't care about the tape. I do. It's special to me, and that's what matters to me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be some crazy expensive tape. Maybe it will be, but it's because I want it. So like, I think it's fun to see what people collect, and if you're collecting, the Beatles, or if you're going down Elvis Road, or and cassettes started all the way back at 67, 68, so that's not really prime Elvis, but
But yeah, music has been around for forever.
Well, yeah, I mean, it goes
in
back.
general.
It goes back.
But having it in your
hundreds of years.
home, like
Home media, yeah.
home media, yeah.
Like all the companies are now home media.
Yeah.
What about you? So what if you leave the house with the cassette? Is it no longer home media?
What about Edison wheels? Whoever created them, back from early 1903 or something. Edison invented the Edison wheel.
We should have called ourselves Rewind Home Media.
Rewind home media.
Yeah,
Hey, there's time.
Oh no, not happening. No, it's just funny. It's like there's all these companies now, and it's so they can like do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but good for them. I don't want to talk negative too much. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Popped in my head. But so anyways, recap of the week is great things are happening and great things will come.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is a stellar phrase. Wow.
Really intellectual. I'm a wordsmith.
Yeah. I felt that.
Yeah, it's very deep. I've been pulling that in for a while. So
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
But
yeah, literally in the coming weeks, we are going to be producing more content. We are going to be launching new verticals. We're going to be doing more and more for the community in both music and movies, and we're loving it.
yeah, there's one thing. There's some stuff with VHS that we were working on that I thought was going to be fun. We want to redo the glossary and kind of get some more information out there for the community there.
Yeah.
Music the same. We're really working on all the different types. Music's going to be a very big launch, and we've been working very hard to make sure that, when we do it right. Again, we've been on this road for over 2+ years, and that's not just like, oh, we had an idea 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like legitimately over 2 years of like making the encapsulation and such. So we want to do it right and make you guys proud. So, and girls. So
Make everyone proud.
yeah, even
Make
my
ourselves
mom.
proud.
Make my mom proud.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
That's all we're
Just doing this for my mom.
yeah, we're only trying to make her happy.
Yeah.
All of us. That's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything else?
No, any last questions?
Any more? Anytime we're on a live stream, if you have any questions, post them in chat.
Oh, quick question for the fans. Who do you like more, Beethoven or Youngblood? That's for next week. So
I'll put a poll out after this on Instagram.
yeah, who's your favorite artist?
No, Beethoven or Bach,
Yeah. No, you got to do one of them with a new artist.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We'll do meshes. We'll have a DJ kind of,
Like a mashup?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I'd listen.
Rewind takeover a club for a night.
Mm-hmm.
A Rewind Wednesday club night. Wow.
Yeah.
Ideas.
Yeah. So as always, appreciate everyone tuning in and anyone that watches after. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Have a good week ahead and see you next Wednesday.
Have a great Wednesday, guys. Uh-oh.
Ah!